Hey guys, what is going on? It is Cruzavi here and I welcome each and every one of you to a brand new tutorial video for our channel, The Guide. And today we're going to take a look at how to play against high pressure and also the team press tactic, because playing against an opponent who's putting you under immediate pressure in your own half is quite unpleasant, and now in FIFA 21 it's more relevant than ever because basically anybody can do it with the quick tactic option team press. So we're going to take a look at a few ways how you can try to counter that and get out of the pressing situation. Before we get into that though, I want to remind you guys that the Guide Plus is up and running since a couple of weeks now and the community there is growing. The Guide Plus is a platform where we release 4 content pieces per week on topics like FIFA Ultimate Team tips and tricks, tactical advice, obviously also gameplay tips on new meta techniques to keep you on top of the game and much more. So if you're interested in that and want to become a better player day by day, then definitely go ahead and check out the link in the description to the Guide Plus. For example, there are also 2 content pieces on there, one on team press, the quick tactic itself, and then another one on how to select your center backs more aggressively, and with those 2 in combination you yourself can become better at putting pressure on the opponent. So you have a look at both sides of the medal. And now let's dive into detail on how to counter that team press. So first of all, let's talk about the general theory of playing against an opponent who tries to pressure you high up the pitch and is very aggressive. Since the opponent is only controlling one defender manually, it should be hard for him in theory to cover both your main options at the same time. And those 2 options are first, keeping the ball and dribbling, and then second, finding the open man for a pass. Now what in conclusion that means for you is that you want to closely watch the opponent's selected defender and his actions. If you see that he's covering a pass, then you want to keep the ball and dribble for the moment, maybe turn and find a different passing option. You don't want to go for that pass which he's covering and run into his trap basically. And then on the other hand, if the opponent is very aggressive and rushing towards the ball and tries to go for a tackle, then that means you either want to play quick passes and not keep the ball at your feet for too long, or turn away quickly and juke the tackling. I've gone more in depth about this concept in another video in the past, so I will link that in the top right corner or in the description down below for you guys to check out if you want to dive deeper into that concept. And of course I have to say that now in FIFA 21 with the team press, it's not that easy anymore, because unfortunately the AI is doing all the covering of the passing lanes for you, and that means that the opponent can be very aggressive towards the ball, and for you it's still hard to find that open passing option. So let's take a look at some things that you still can do in order to counter the team press. First, let's talk about tactical adjustments, and I gotta say that none of these will completely solve your problems against team press, and it's gonna be just very easy because of these tactical adjustments, but they can definitely make an impact and help you. So first of all, if you feel like the opponent is team pressing against you and you want to keep the lead, for example, then I would definitely recommend to select a dynamic tactic with the possession style, because that will lead to your players coming short more often, generally sticking closer together for short passes, and it will allow you to keep the ball more easily. In addition to that, you can choose to go for more width in your build-up play in order to be able to play through the wings and have players out there, because there you can't be as easily pressured because the opponent can only attack you from one side and it's easier to shield the ball. So I could imagine going for a value of 7 to 8 bars here. And last but not least, I feel like selecting target man for your striker and then come short for the wingers is something that you can also do, and it might, depending on how you solve situations against the high pressure of the opponent, it might help you in certain scenarios. So definitely try those out, and if you feel like you get more options because of that, then keep them in. If you feel like it hinders you because, for example, you want to play a long through ball over the wing instead to counter the team press, then that's also an option, and then you might not want to choose the come short option for the wingers. So this one is a bit more optional and something you guys have to get experience with. Now let's move on to some gameplay tips, so how you want to act in game against the team press. And first of all, a very big tip is keeping your calm and still finding options for a controlled build-up, because it can be very frightening to see that suddenly the entire opponent's team is rushing forward and putting that pressure on your team. And then if you go for the first passing option available, probably what's gonna happen is that you will play the ball into the opponent's feet because of the team press and the players rushing forward. But what you gotta keep in mind is that the opponent still needs to attack the ball and be aggressive with his manually selected defender, because that's what the AI players are not going to do. They're not going to approach you and tackle the ball away themselves, so the opponent still needs to do a good job at that. And if he's not doing that, then you can keep the ball while dribbling and you can wait for some passing options to open up, maybe from the possession build-up style. Some players are gonna come short, or what you can do as well is use the R1 or RB button in order to manually call players short, maybe on the wing. Even from your wingback you can play a ball to your winger, and then from there you can try to get a different angle on your build-up and get through that midfield area. So remember that you don't always have to play a pass forward right away, even if you got the ball with your goalkeeper or with your center back. If you keep your cool and if you're doing a good job dribbling and juking that one defender of the opponent that he's manually selecting and trying to win the ball back with, you can still find options even against team press. Next up, we have the, in my opinion, most efficient and in general best option against team press. Unfortunately, it's not always going to be available for you, because this one is about finding an option to play the pass forward immediately after you win the ball back, so before the entire team press of the opponent is kicking in. Because if you're able to play the ball out of your backline into the midfield area, and right in that moment the entire opponent's team is rushing forward because of the team press, then you are able to surpass all that midfield clumped up area with one or two simple passes, and suddenly you're against the isolated backline of the opponent and you have lots of space. So if you win the ball back and you know that your opponent is having the team press tactics or some constant pressure or something like that, and you see that one of your CDMs or maybe even a striker or whatever is wide open and there's no player in 5 to 10 meters radius who can get the ball from him, then definitely go for that pass immediately, because it allows you to get out of that entire team press situation right away. And then once you're against the back line isolated, you should try to punish the team press and get a chance from it. So definitely play confidently, play forward and try to get that through ball to one of your players, and then be ice cold to score another goal and close out the game. And the final option that I have for you guys is the one that I most often use when I don't see another way out of the situation, and that's playing a lob pass to your winger or striker. There are just these scenarios in which you're deep in your own half, you're not really finding an option for a short pass, and also the opponent is putting very high pressure on you, and with your center back you just don't feel comfortable turning one or two times in order to juke the striker. You don't want to give away possession in that spot to concede an easy goal. So if that's the spot that you find yourself in, then I like to try and go for a high lob pass either to the winger or to the striker, and you should try to play that pass as controlled as possible, because most of the times there is some space, especially on the wings, and if you play the pass with the right power, then your winger can run into the ball, get away from the wingback a few meters, and then you can either control the ball and then play a normal pass, or you can do a first touch header towards your striker or central midfielder and then maybe start a counter attack from there. Unfortunately, these passes are not as consistent as I would like them to be. Sometimes you're gonna lose possession, and that's fine. In that spot, I think the opponent will head the ball back into the center of the pitch and you're once again trying to defend. It's not the most comfortable, but it's better than losing the ball right in front of goal when playing a short pass. So that's why I like this option as kind of a last resort if none other is available. In conclusion, we all know team press can be a pain in the ass to play against, and it should definitely get nerfed because it's just too strong as it currently is, with all the AI players putting so much pressure. But what you can do is try your best to set up your tactics in a way so that you can counter the team press, get every single option in there that you think might be helpful for your game and your style of playing against the high pressure. And then also always keep your calm, guys. Your opponent still needs to win the ball back by himself if you don't play it right into him. So keep the ball, dribble a bit, look for some options, call players short, and then if nothing is available to you, you can still try to play a long lobbed ball forward, and that's also the final option. That's it for today's video, guys. I hope that this has been helpful to you. Leave me your feedback in the comment section down below. Also, if you have any questions, just drop them there. And please leave a like if you enjoyed the video, since that will help out the video and our channel massively. It's very much appreciated, guys. And remember to subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss any further video of FIFA 21. I better talk to you in the next one. See you then. Much love. Peace.